Hi, crafty friends. Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on YouTube. Today, I'm creating some masculine cards. Those cards always stump me. It feels so strange creating without flowers, sparkle, or ribbon. It's usually my comfort zone, but today I'm stepping outside of it and I'm going to create a set of masculine cards. So let's take a look at the products that I'm using. I absolutely love the embossed die cuts from Paper Rose Studio. So today on my desk, I have the embossed die cuts here from the Mountain Trek 2.0 collection. And you can see here there's like trees and there's footprints. There's like stumps and those little things that are all full of nature. So I think these are perfect for creating some masculine cards. And then let me set this to the side. Then I also have the Mountain Trek 2.0 12 by 12 paper collection. And let me hold this up here so you can see the bottom and like see all the different pattern papers that are included in this collection. There's 12 double-sided pattern papers to each of the 12 designs. And then I'm also using this Grunge Textures paper collection, and I love this as well. Now this is A5 in size, and there's 24 sheets to each of 12 designs. I've already cut into this, so this isn't a full pack, but I just kind of want to show you here what you get in the Grunge collections. I think this is just great to have to mix in with other collections. Oh, I love this one right here. I didn't use this one on my cards today, but I love that one. I think these are just awesome. So perfect for creating those masculine cards. Look at this one. That one's fun. And then, but you wouldn't have to. It's not just a masculine collection. You could create anything with these, right? So let me just finish flipping through here and then we will get started on today's cards. So I'll set these to the side, put this back in the package. There we go. And we'll get started. I'm making A2 cards, which are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I've already picked out my pattern papers, cut them down, and matched them up. So with the Mountain Trek 2.0 paper, this top sheet, I cut that to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then the grungy paper, the Grunge Textures, I cut that to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So these are the ones that I just kind of paired up together. I love this one here with all the animals on it. There's an owl on here and a bear. So pretty. Not pretty, so masculine. But it is pretty. All right, so these are the ones that I matched up together. And so that's how we'll start here. So the 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I've already picked out the embellishments that I want to use on each of these cards. So I've got one of the wordy bits. So I've got nature, I've got be brave, explore, and trekking. And then I've got the footprints, I've got some trees, and then more trees, because that's what I had left. I've already used some of this collection. And then I have a little piece of pattern paper. That was actually the branding strip, and I cut that off of the ends of the pattern paper, and that is 4 inches in size. All right, so I have a little cheat sheet here to kind of show you as I'm creating these. I'm going to create 4 cards today. So with this, the first thing we want to do is I want to get out my paper trimmer. Now I use a couple different paper trimmers during this process. So this one I like because it's got all the lines on it. And what I want to do is I want to take this over and mark this at 2 9/16. So with this, I have to count each of those little tick marks that is between the lines. So I'm not going to cut. I am just going to kind of mark this out. Now I am going to cut up to 1 3/4. So I've got it at the 2 9/16 mark, and then I'm going to cut into this paper 1 3/4. And you'll notice I'm doing that from, like, if you're looking at a card, like the right side of the card, so the way that it opens. So I'm going to do that to all 4 pieces here, and I have to count this out. So 2 9/16. And then I'm going to cut up in the paper 1 3/4. Okay. And then I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to keep the little grungy paper with it so I know which goes with which. So I'm going to do that again. Count with my pencil, 2 9/16. I'm kind of getting the hang of this now. And then cut up 1 3/4. And then one more time, I'll repeat that process, placing this here, and then cut up 1 3/4. Okay, so now we have all of those ready. Now I'm going to get out a different paper trimmer, and the one I'm actually getting is one that's it just has a scoring blade in it, and it's smaller. Now I think this is my scoring blade one. I actually have two of these, one that cuts and one that has a scoring blade. So let me just test this on a piece of scrap paper here to make sure this is the scoring blade, and yes it is. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that outside corner. If you think of it, the way that the card opens, that side that opens, so the right side of the card, I'm going to take that and put the top corner into my trimmer here. I'm not going to cut it. I've got the scoring blade, and I'm just going to make a score mark from the top corner to the inside to where I cut that cut mark. And then I'm going to repeat that with the bottom corner. So let me repeat that process here. So take the top corner to where I cut, and I'll place that in the trimmer here. Take that scoring blade and score that. And then I'm going to repeat that, take where my cut mark is, align it up with that bottom corner, the outside edge, and make a score mark. Now I know it's kind of hard to see here on camera. It'll make more sense in a moment. And I think it's always helpful to see a process repeated. So that's why I'm repeating it on all 4 of these here, so that it makes sense, because if you see it one time, you might have to stop, pause, rewind. So I just think it's easier to see it done multiple times so you can get the hang of it. Okay, so with this last one here, same thing, top corner, outside edge to where I made the cut mark, and then turn it, rotate it, and then we do that same outside edge to the cut mark and score that. All right, so I've got all 4 pieces completed, so I'm going to set all of that to the side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my bone folder here, and I am just going to crease this. So give that a nice score here, so put that in there. So you can see here how those folded edges come back. So I think that, masculine cards, we're not really putting flowers and bows and things on there. So I'm adding this folding technique. I think it's kind of rugged in my opinion, and it adds more interest to the card, giving it these folds here. And then we've got this nature-inspired paper. I just love this already. So there we go. I've got all of those ready to go. And now what I want to do is I want to get a little foam, and I want to put foam behind each of those edges. So I'm going to place the foam just directly behind where that fold is. And I won't do this all on camera. I'll do that off camera. You don't need to see me place the foam. So I'm going to pull the release paper off this last one here. And now I've got all 4 of those with foam behind. And then the next thing that we want to do here in this process is start adding the little strip that is going to serve as a banner. And I'm going to line that up on each of these cards. So I'm going to lay that out, and we're going to glue those down. So that's, again, the branding strip, and I just cut it to 4 inches. Now I'm making masculine cards today, but you could definitely repeat this process and make other cards. Now I didn't invent this. I want to give credit where credit is due. I actually saw a card similar to this on Brandy's cards, and it didn't have her name. It just said it was called Brandy's cards. So thank you, Brandy, for inspiring me to create this set of cards. And her cards were actually feminine cards. They had lots of florals and bows and gems and, all the things. But when I saw the pattern like this, I immediately thought of masculine with those folds. So you can see here I'm just adding a little bit of glue to the pattern paper here, and then I'm putting additional glue and folding it around the back. So if you didn't have a full 4 inches, you could probably make it work with a scrap, but I like the 4 inches so that I can make sure that I get this folded all the way around. Okay, so we've got those ready. And now what I want to do is glue each of these panels to their base. And so I'll just match this up. And doesn't that look awesome? I love the way that looks. So you can see here I've made 2 with the bear or the animals, and then 2 with like the more of the tree stumps or nature scenes, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So we'll get these glued down. And you know what? It looks like I didn't cut this one right. I cut this one to a full card front, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it doesn't have the little edge, but I like that. I think that that works as well. So there's another idea. You could just cut it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and then do the same folding technique. But I do like the edges showing around the pattern paper here, the grungy paper. Okay, so we'll get this last one glued down, and then we need to start the embellishing. So again, the embellishing is not going to be heavy. We're using the icons that came in the 2.0 die cuts, the embossed die cuts. And it's hard to pick up on camera, but that's my favorite thing about the Paper Rose Studio embossed die cuts is they have that embossing on there, and they are shiny and like they sparkle. Not sparkle, but just like shine. And so just think if you would have had to taken the time to heat emboss all of these to add that embossing detail, that would have taken a long time. I love that Paper Rose already does that for us. So these just punch right out of the backing card. You can add these to cards, journals, tags, scrapbook pages. I know I've made a scrapbook layout already with this collection, and I just absolutely love it. We do a lot of hiking. And so when we go on vacation, I have a lot of hiking photos, so I think it's always good for that. Okay, I'm adding the larger tree, and then I'm adding just a little bit of foam to the smaller tree. So if you can see that, I'm trying to show you that embossed detail. Oh, you can kind of see it up there on that top one. You can kind of see that shine that's on that embossed detail of the die cut. All right, so I'm going to repeat the process with this card. I'm going to glue the larger tree down flat, and then the smaller embellishment I'm popping up with a little bit of foam. And you can see that I've added the word that punched right out of the embossed die cuts here. I punched that out, and I'm adding that to the paper strip. Now you could change the sentiments up. You could make these birthday cards, thank you cards, just by switching out the sentiments. But I loved that these words really represented masculine to me, so I wanted to add these to the cards. Now, if I had more of these footprints, I think I would have added a footprint to every card. I absolutely love those, so I think that one is my favorite. And let's see here. This one says explore. And we'll add this tree. I love the color of this tree too, and I think it goes great with this pattern paper, bringing out the yellow and the orange there. And then this last one, I will add just a little bit of foam to pop this one up. Okay, so then the last thing we need to do is we need to add these to a card front. So I'm going to take an 8 1/2 by 11 piece of paper, and I'm going to cut it down at the 4 1/4 mark. And then I will take it over to my trimmer and score it at 5 1/4 or 5 1/2. So I went ahead and did most of those off camera. I saved this last one here to do with you on film. So let me go ahead and add some glue. I like to use liquid glue when I attach card fronts to the card base because I feel like I can slide it into place if needed. So I like to stick it on there and then move it around as needed to get that to line up. So that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you've enjoyed this process, and I hope I've given you some inspiration. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope that you will subscribe and come back. Stay till the end for close-ups, and if you need any of the shopping links, I will provide those down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!